one of the things I wanted to talk to you about in this conversation was communication, because, weaved throughout your entire book, for me at least, is this idea that you have to be able to communicate effectively. As you just mentioned, none of us are perfect, right? No matter how well we're doing in our work or whatever we're doing, and, home life or professional life, we all get stressed from time to time. And here's the irony, which you've just sort of highlighted. Often, we take out those stresses on the people closest to us, which, if you look from the outside, is rather bizarre, isn't it? Why would we take out our stress on the people we love the most? And my current view on this is because I think in some ways they're our safe space. We feel, I don't have to perform at the moment. I'm in my safe space where I can just say it like it is. But in some ways it's disrespectful because we're doing it to that person we love the most. So I really appreciate you sharing that. And the other point there, Jay, for me was, it's so beautiful that you've got to that point now where you can say that to your wife in advance. Because if you don't say that, as you just highlighted, you get into these situations where, because it's not being expressed, or you don't care about me, this is going on. And, these little niggles become bigger and bigger and bigger, like a snowball. So how do we learn? Because I'm sure as you've expressed that example, people will be going, yeah, I've done that before. Oh yeah, I can remember that time when my partner did that to me. And I think this speaks to solitude again. How do we learn how to regulate our emotions and when to say these things in advance of things blowing up?
Yeah, great question. And I'm really enjoying this conversation because of how raw and real it is. And I'm really appreciating your reflection on it as well. I was just thinking that the people that come first in our lives experience the worst of us because they're our first opening of expression of how we feel. The reason why you perfectly, brilliantly linked it back to solitude there is because when you take time out to reflect on what's happening in the next 7 days, if you found an 30 minutes block on every Sunday and you looked at your week ahead and you looked at what's going to stress me out, what's easy, what's hard, when are my gaps, when am I free, you're going to have a much more bird's eye view of your life, which you can now explain and communicate with your partners. So for example, Radhi and me will often go up to each other on Sunday, and Radhi will come up to me and say, oh, by the way, Jay, on Wednesday, I'm going for a workout in the evening, and on Friday, I'm seeing the girls. And I'll be like, okay, great. Wednesday, I'm going to take out time for solitude, and Friday, I'm going to see the guys. Now we've had that communication. We don't get to Wednesday, and all of a sudden she goes, oh, you were expecting to have dinner with me. Oh, sorry, babe. I've already set up a gym. I'm going to the gym tonight. Or we get to Friday and I'm like, oh, I planned a date night for us. And she's like, oh, sorry, the girls told me they were going out. And now you're dealing with conflict in the moment. So solitude gives you the space to actually reflect a week in advance and say, what do I need to communicate with my partner? What do I need to communicate with my teammate? What do I need to communicate with my husband, my wife, whoever they are, to say, this is kind of what it looks like. This is what I'm thinking about. Shall we plan a date night? Often I'll say to Radhi, you know what, Radhi, for the next 4 nights, I've just got work things every night, but Saturday and Sunday, should we go away for the weekend? Should we go and, should we do this for the weekend? I've thought about that. And I think what often happens, Rangan, is that we're waiting till the moment to communicate. And another mistake we make is we communicate what we want, but we don't communicate why we want it. So for example, if you say to your partner, you know what, I just need some time on Wednesday night to be alone. If you told your partner you just wanted to be alone, your partner, the first thing that goes through their mind is, they don't want to spend time with me. Did I do something wrong? What's going on? Do they need space? So you ask for space, or you ask for time, or time alone, and you never explained why you needed it. Now, if you said to your partner, you know what, I've got a really big presentation coming up on Friday, so Thursday night, I just need to be in the zone, I just need to be focused, and I just need to be ready. Now all of a sudden they have context. And I think so many of us communicate what we need, but not why we need it.